Hey Gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey.
I'm Holly.
Back there is Tucker.
Yep, that's me.
And we are in the all-new 2024 Subaru Crosstrek, our first family review in a Subaru.
A Subaru!
And in this video, we're going to tell you if Subaru's most affordable SUV is worth buying if you have a family of 3. Stay tuned. All right, Holly, we've tested Subarus here on the channel, both at events and through dealer connections, but you have not. This is our first week-long Subaru test vehicle. You've long wanted to get into Subarus. You say their marketing really hits home with you.
Yes.
So what have been your initial thoughts? You've gotten more wheel time in this than I have in this 2024 Subaru Crosstrek.
Yes. So I will say, going back to my thoughts and opinions on the Subaru, has stemmed from I've been in marketing my entire career, and I find it really interesting that I've never driven a Subaru. I have never bought a Subaru. I really wouldn't say that I am just like, ooh, I just love this style of Subarus.
Okay.
But when someone talks about a Subaru, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
they must love their family. They must
And why
be
is
in
that?
love.
And why is that?
And that is because of the marketing is really, really good.
Okay.
It tugs at your heartstrings. It has, there's that personal connection. I know that Subarus are safe because of that. One commercial that sticks out in my mind that I really liked when it was on TV is the one that the grandmother, they're taking the grandmother around to all of these places where her and her husband fell in love.
Oh, yeah.
And they in special places like out in the country, out adventuring.
Mm-hmm.
And they say that it's kind of like a hippie feel a little bit.
Okay.
And they're like, what are they doing now? And they're literally hugging a tree, and it shows a picture of the grandmother and the granddaughter hugging a tree that was a special memory for them. And I'm like, oh, it just tugs at your heartstrings. Generational tugging as well. So kudos. I love Subaru's marketing, and I didn't even bring up that they have puppies at all of the car shows.
That does help.
That
So,
doesn't hurt.
getting some time in one now.
Yeah.
With all of that mulling around in your brain, what's it been like?
So I'll say that it is probably what I imagined driving a Subaru would be like.
Elaborate for me, please.
I don't mean this in a bad way.
Are you going to go start hugging trees now?
Probably. Although I do feel like I should go camping or something, be out in nature in a Subaru. I feel like it's probably, I don't mean to say this in any kind of negative way, but it's probably just your regular old car driving it. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially this one. This one is a premium trim. It's not the Sport. It's not the Wilderness Off-Road Edition. So, yeah, I mean, there's some element to that, I will grant you. But we have symmetrical all-wheel drive, and which vehicle between this and your Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk do you think has more ground clearance?
I mean, because you're asking me, I'm going to say this, but I would think that
your Jeep
is.
by a tenth of an inch. But that's just, this is essentially a compact car with a tenth of an inch less ground clearance than your off-road purposed Jeep Cherokee.
Yeah.
So just kind of speaks to that adventuring nature that Subaru likes to foster and build into the people who buy their vehicles. This thing, going down our 13-degree incline driveway, you were babying it more than you had to, again, because of the ground clearance in this. This thing has no problem getting up and down our driveway, and I'm sure I've taken this one off-road in a different setting. This thing holds its own off-road as well.
Yeah.
You have spent a lot of highway miles in this one, though.
I have.
So we'll get to how it drives after we talk a little bit of exterior-interior styling. So, thoughts on exterior styling?
Well, I love the color.
Yeah, naturally.
What color is this one?
So they call it, the Subaru name for it is Offshore Blue Metallic.
Offshore Blue Metallic, but it's almost exactly the same color as my
The aforementioned Jeep.
Yeah. But Subarus, I feel like the majority of the styling of the vehicles is very distinctive. Like, you know, driving down the road that it's a Subaru. And that's one thing that I really like about Subarus is that it's not you can pick it out of a lineup. It's not just like that's just like a regular all SUV. Most of the styling. And this is one of those.
And I will say for 2024, they've kind of turned the dial up a little on the styling. They made it a little more aggressive, bigger grille up front, better lighting, just kind of cleaned up the exterior look, made it look more mature. What are your thoughts moving inside in here?
I really like the inside, although I feel like a lot of features with the car I will like better knowing the price of it, so I don't know the cost of it.
We will get to that and close out and follow back
For
up.
instance, the cloth seats wouldn't be my first pick, but it does look nice. It's styled nice. I feel like if it got dirty, it would be easy to clean. I do like the different colors and textures used up here mainly.
It's not all just black
it's
or
not
gray.
It's all black. It's black to gray to light gray. And then you've got this textured,
Carbon fiber look.
Yeah, the carbon fiber look.
Thank goodness. The car came back on. The air conditioning was kaput.
Can I tell you one of the features I don't like?
That? Yes.
Exactly that.
Yeah. So it says it's 97 degrees outside. I'll go with that. It's still early in the day. But yes, the auto start stop definitely killed the power output of the air conditioning.
Yes, and it's very obvious when it turns off and on. You like, dun.
Yep.
No. Which I don't love. Can you turn it off? I haven't been able to find that button yet.
You know, it is right there.
Oh, there you go.
So there you go.
There you go.
On the 11.6-inch Starlink infotainment screen, thoughts on, you get a little mix of hard buttons and digital. You'd probably prefer more hard buttons, right?
I prefer more hard buttons, but I like this kind of like blends in. And it's not, I mean, it is big, but it's not like an iPad set.
Yeah, it doesn't look like an afterthought.
It looks like it was a thoughtful addition into the design.
Yeah.
I played with it a little bit, but not a whole lot. It is a different...
Yeah, we haven't gotten too much time with Subarus. Like I said, this being our first week-long tester, so for the most part, it seems responsive, snappy. We'll talk a little more interior in just a moment, because we are coming up on Tucker's favorite segment, his wobbly head test, as we turn on the historic brick streets of downtown Tyler, Texas. I think, especially for a vehicle in this size and price class, this one might just surprise us, especially with its off-road intentions. Tucker, how's your wobbly head back there? Great. Mommy, how's yours?
Or no.
Or no?
No, you changed your mind.
Plot twist. Am I just going to have to see when I'm editing?
Yeah.
Okay.
When it's on the internet.
What about you, Holly?
You know, it rides pretty smooth. There's a couple of jerks here and there, but I think it rides pretty smooth.
Yeah. And then we get a little bit of that reverb from the bricks that we sensed in another vehicle about this same size and a competitor to this in the Mazda CX-30 that we had a few weeks ago. Just get a little bit of that reverb off of the brakes. I'm not quite sure. I guess it's more a wheelbase thing, this being a slightly smaller car, but
Yeah.
something I've noticed. But further thoughts inside storage. We normally touch on storage.
Yeah, there's a good amount of storage.
Yeah, that thing's
is a bigger
huge.
thing. Yeah, you've got this
Glove
little
box is rather large, but falls on my knees. So it is damped, though. Damped. Yes.
This is a family channel.
Yes. Storage in the doors, storage up
in the
here.
doors, yeah.
This cup holder height adjustment rubber piece. You probably didn't even think to take that out, did you?
I didn't know you could take it out, but I did notice it was there.
Yep.
it.
Heated front seats up here. USB-A, USB-C, wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, push button start. How's the steering wheel?
It's regular steering wheel. It's
Not
nice.
leather wrapped, not... Again, this isn't their top trim. This isn't the most luxurious. This isn't the most off-road capable. This is your run-of-the-mill Subaru Crosstrek. Button overload over there for you on the steering wheel?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of buttons there.
Yeah, Subaru steering wheels have always felt a little too much, even for me. There's a lot going on there, from your driver assistance tech to your radio controls to your SI drive. Lots of stuff going on over there.
Yeah, lots of stuff.
Before we get into its driving, why don't we talk about the back seat a little? More importantly, what it's like getting Tucker's child safety seat back there. Putting Tucker's child safety seat in the back of this Subaru Crosstrek should be a fairly easy affair, but before we do, I want to show just a couple of things here. One is the Velcro covered straps covering the lower latch points on this. So we have two here for the outboard seats and one here in the center seat, with the center seat belt here probably being the better option across the board if you're using this center seat. Otherwise, you're going to have to borrow one of the lower latch points from the outboard seats. I'm going to go ahead and lift this headrest up to fish Tucker's top tether through, but I will also call out this is a 60-40 split bench seat, with the 40% being here on the passenger side. So with Tucker's child seat here in place, this center section is also going to be fixed in place, but we do have a couple cup holders here in the center armrest, so that's a nice touch. But bringing in Tucker's forward-facing Graco extend-to-fit car seat, I'm going to go ahead and extend this top tether and fish it back through the headrest here before I get to installing those lower latch points. Make sure we've got clear access to them, which we do. We can see them quite well with those fabric straps out of the way. The vehicle's not so tall that I can't get in very easily and tighten this thing down very snugly back here in the back. But to put that top tether in, we're actually going to have to move around to the back. All right, to put that top tether in, we had to open the rear hatch. It is a manually opening rear hatch, and then you can see we do have top tethers all the way across back here, but getting to them is very easy because a very shallow back end to this small little SUV. You can see just from pulling down here that the seat back is rather firm, but there is a little bit of give before it gets to that point. So really snugging this down could cause some long-term wear right here, especially if you don't have the cloth seats. I think these cloth seats will hold up fairly well. To get that completely snug, I'll probably use both hands to give it a good test fit. You can see here the center seat belt does come from the side of the vehicle. If you have it detached from the back seat, they actually give you a little clip here to store it. That way, if you've got the seat folded, it's not in the way. Our model does have the all-weather floor mat back here that is deep and will hold a lot of debris if you bring it back here with you. Underneath, we've got a false load floor. It looks like we've got a couple cup holders here on the outside, and then lifting up the floor, you can see We have a Falcon spare tire with all the jack and equipment needed to change it underneath there. Nothing else really to note back here in the cargo compartment. It is a nice size for this class, and will do a good job loading up for your next family adventure. All right, so pretty good storage in the back. Easy to get Tucker's car seat in. What are your thoughts driving it?
For the most part, it's been fine driving it. It's
Okay.
just been a normal drive. There's not a lot of pick up and go.
No, that's...
So a little sluggish
Yeah.
in that way.
So I'll go ahead and pull out the official numbers, make sure I quote them directly. 152 horsepower and 145 pound-feet of torque from a 2-liter 4-cylinder. So yes, little on the weak side, but you're not racing these. I would say probably for you in your experience, highway merging was...
I didn't get on the highway.
Oh, you went the back way. Okay.
I didn't go the back way. I met them in Lindell.
Oh.
So I didn't do a lot of highway merging, or anything like that.
But it just feels...
Just a little, If we were getting it off the line in a race, this one wouldn't win. Well, it depends on who you were going against,
true.
I guess,
But I guess if you're off the pavement, that doesn't matter as much, right?
right.
So take this out. Adventure. Explore.
Explore. Go hug a tree.
Yes. How's the steering? How does it feel comfort-wise?
All of that. The seats are comfortable. The driving is comfortable.
Visibility?
The visibility is great.
Yep. So all the things Subaru kind of prides themselves on, being able to live with it, it lives well.
It lives well. Yes. This is a very good daily driver.
Yep. Yeah.
Very good.
I would say that.
And adventuring and road trip, this is a good car.
Yep. All right. Which brings us to the price tag. Again, they do get nicer, or they get more rugged, depending on which direction you want to go in the model hierarchy. What do you feel this 2024 premium trim of the Crosstrek stickers for?
Knowing
literally nothing
about pricing, I would say 38.
Oh, really? Okay. So the sticker on this one, $29,685.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. The premium trim starts at $26,195, but it doesn't give me the exact option package, but there's 2,000 worth of options on this one.
Yeah.
Not quite sure where or what. Probably the sunroof more than anything.
Yeah.
But yeah. So knowing that it's sub 30 grand, circle back to some of your critiques of this, or your...
any negative feelings I have towards it is definitely things that you could live with, especially since this is a very affordable car. And that's what, as driving it, I'm like, I would hope this is not a $60,000 car.
Yeah. And I'm looking over there right now. We've put somewhere around 30 miles on it, mostly out of city traffic, probably.
Sure.
22.2 MPG. So it's decent fuel economy. But again, we live in the city, so to get any stretch of road, you're going to be driving through the city there. But
Yeah.
Final thoughts?
I like it. Definitely worth the value for sure.
Yep. And then again, you mentioned earlier all the EyeSight driver assistance tech and things like that. So
the backup video is very clear.
Yep. So if Subaru is a brand that resonates with you through its marketing or through personal stories, because love is what makes Subaru Subaru, let us know down in the comments your history with the brand. But that is it for us here in this 2024 Crosstrek Premium. If you want to see some stuff from Holly, from Tucker behind the scenes, go find Holly and me on Instagram and Facebook at Female Consumer. You can find all things GT Garage Talk at GT Garage Talk, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, Threads, YouTube. Everything is at GT Garage Talk, or you can go to gtgaragetalk.com where you'll find links to everything that we do from there. Absolutely go check out our second channel. We started a premium channel that focuses on premium luxury vehicles and high performance vehicles of all sorts in true cinematic quality. So go find that at GT Premium Reviews on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. But until next time, gearheads, bye. Love, it's what makes Subaru Subaru.
It is.
Puppy love.